I'm Amy Rose White, integrative psychotherapist. Today, our topic is coping with uncertainty. I think that universally, this is an issue for almost all human brains, but right now, I'm making this video in an election year after a series of unexpected events with the running candidates that have changed. And I think there's an increasing need for us to develop our toolkit for helping our nervous system stay regulated amidst a massive amount of uncertainty for the future, financially, politically, environmentally, etc. Perhaps never before has there been a time where we're inundated with so many media messages around fear-based messages around the state of the world, flux, and unpredictable events. And unfortunately, the more media we expose ourselves to, the more real that lack of control feels to our brain. So the first thing I want you to remember is that our brain is absolutely designed to seek control. Our brains have evolved over hundreds of thousands of years to avoid pain and seek pleasure and homeostasis, stability. We want predictability. We want to be able to know what's around the corner. And of course, what is the only constant in our lives? It's change, and it is the unknown. So there is sort of this existential angst for all human beings between our brain's need to know and the very unpredictable future. And it's why so many of us are interested in psychic phenomenon, in astrology, in tarot, and divination, because we have such a deep, deep desire to know the final outcome. And I personally have struggled with this quite a bit. Went through a period of my life where I was constantly going to other people to try to understand the future. And it's taken me a long time to be able to develop a deep, deep well of self-trust that I don't need to know, and I will be able to handle whatever comes. So I'm going to give you some of my strategies that I've used with myself and with my clients over the years to be able to have more peace, more contentment, and more relaxation and ease in my life. So the first is to reframe the fear of the unknown into excitement, awe, and wonder. Now, this is much easier said than done, but we can look to children as an example for this. We don't have to have children of our own to be able to see this. Watching any child at the park or in a grocery store or walking down the street, we can kind of get a sense of remembering, if you were lucky enough to have any memories, where a young child doesn't seem to be concerned with the future outcomes. They like rhythm, they like routine, they need boundaries, they like structure. That is true, but they don't perseverate like we do on all the what ifs, typically until they get to school age. And unfortunately, more and more school age children are having lots of things like anxiety disorders. But if we look at the very young child, they look at life as a series of surprises that they assume will delight them and be enjoyable. And they have an innate ability to respond to change as long as the adults in their world are okay with it. And they're looking at us all the time. You know, if something unexpected happens, if a dog comes out from around the corner, or suddenly plans change, or a car breaks down, they're just looking to us to signal that the change is okay, that the change is safe. So that's something that we have to develop as an inner parent for ourselves, the ability to do for the scared, anxious parts of us that get activated when there's so much unpredictability in the world, and we're fed this idea that in of itself is dangerous. So that's one of the most, I think, damaging aspects of having so much media in our life, is that we're told that if we don't know, that's dangerous. So the antidote to that is to rely on your brain, to remember that you can trust your beautiful, marvelous, miraculous brain to solve problems when they come, to adapt and to be flexible with whatever arrives. And so one way of doing that is to literally tell yourself, you know, that phrase, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Whatever happens, I'll handle it. How do I know that? Because every other thing that's happened that I couldn't predict before, I handled. Was it all fun? Was it all rosy? No, it wasn't. And I handled it. Not but, and. Both of those things are true. So we have to change the narrative that we talk to ourselves regarding unpredictable events and change and lack of control. And we have to change the narrative collectively and say, isn't this exciting? Isn't this wonderful? We don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We're used to getting answers for everything. We don't have many surprises left in the world. It's one of the reasons that I did not find out the gender of my children when I was pregnant, because I felt like we knew everything else in the world. It was one of the few kind of sacred surprises that we could keep available to us. And I was surprised both times. I was wrong. I was wrong both times. So another thought stream that is more effective than all the negative what is, or I need to know and I can't handle not knowing, is this or something better. I expect that this or something better will happen. Your brain's already having a negativity bias, so it's looking for all the worst things that could happen. What if I don't get the job? What if we do run out of money? What if my car breaks down? What if they break up with me? What if something happens to my child? Like your brains are geared to already be looking for those danger signs. So if we ask ourselves, what's the best thing that can possibly happen? What's the most wonderful outcome here? What if this or something better happens? Then we start to be oriented to positive possibility, and our nervous system can kind of calm down. More often than not, the good thing or the better thing actually has the opportunity to manifest because, as they say, energy goes where attention. Energy flows where attention goes. It's Mercury retrograde shadow period right now, and I'm really feeling it. So I'm not even going to edit that out. Just you know what I mean. And the next two things are really pivotal and key to me, which is to turn it over. You've heard me say this before, especially if you're a client of mine, turn it over to a divine assistance. If you don't believe in any kind of cosmic or higher power, just turn it over to life or the universe or the force or trees or the planet. I mean, the earth, I think, is more powerful than me personally. I have no problem asking for help from, planet Earth or the sun, which is this omnipresent, amazing energy in the sky. If that is what's going to work for you, turn it over to that. Ask for assistance. I often call on my team in spirit. I ask you to take this. I trust that the perfect solution has already been specified. It's been selected. I turn this wish, this desire, this worry, this concern over to you. Please show me the way. Please make it really clear how this will unfold and help me live with ease in the meantime. I guess you could call this a prayer. That is a loaded term for a lot of people, but I'm offering those prayers all the time. I'm asking my divine team, my spirit team, source, creator, universe, spirit, God, goddess, to help relieve me of my fears of the unknown. And here is the final statement that I offer you. Because remember, our beliefs that certainty is safety and we have to know and we're not going to be able to handle it if we don't know, those beliefs just come from thoughts that we've thought over and over and over again. And that's the beauty of neuroplasticity, is that beliefs can be changed by thinking new thoughts over and over again. And here's the last one I want to offer you. I'm safe not knowing. I'm safe not knowing. I am are the two most powerful words you can utter. I am safe not knowing. Remind yourself that there is safety in surrender, and then go do something that you have some control over that feels good. It could be calling a friend. It could be taking a walk outside. It could be watching the clouds with your kids. Do something that shows your brain you are safe not knowing. I hope this is helpful. Please let me know what else you'd like me to talk about in the comments. Let me know how you deal with coping with uncertainty. I'd love to learn from you as well. And until next time, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be well, may you be at peace. Bye for now.